Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harcar. I'm here today with Deidre Mazzoni. And what we're going to talk about, besides her journey in real estate, is truly the importance of having relationships in real estate, but pretty much in life. Remember, guys, in Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business by giving tools and resources to not only grow and live the business they want to live, but live the life they've always dreamed of. So, Deidre, welcome to our show.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about our topic today. I truly know or feel the importance of relationships. But before we kind of dive into all that stuff, why don't you give our audience kind of a little background on you, how you got into real estate, how you got into, or what brought you here?
I'd be glad to. Well, I started in real estate officially in 2016. Prior to that, my husband and I had flipped several homes on a personal level. We had gotten some property for our daughter when she was in college and fixed it up along the way and sold it when she graduated. And it paid for a really nice wedding. So
Nice.
We kind of got the bug.
Right. Okay.
And as the corporate world started doing layoffs and some of the things they were doing, we sort of felt that we were kicked out of the corporate world and into the real estate world.
Was there any background or any influences? This is a question I love to ask in all my podcasts: is any influences before you got into doing real estate stuff, like maybe a family member, or I guess maybe for you it's probably living and flipping in a house, right?
Yeah, it was really just the opportunities that came along that we happened to be able to make good on those opportunities. We needed a place for our daughter. Ended up looking at a foreclosed home in a gated community, someplace very safe for her, someplace that was going to be less expensive than on-campus housing, and we thought it would be a lot better atmosphere for her. And she actually rented out the other room and bathroom to a fellow student, and that paid for her mortgage.
So she did a little house hack right there, which is awesome. So tell us about, kind of how you obviously started doing, that property. How did you start getting into more properties, building that part of your real estate business?
Well, we actually ended up going to a fortune builders seminar. And we're like, okay, if we're going to do this, we need education, because we're a firm believer in education. And so we started there, got a little bit of a network, kind of got a little bit of an understanding, just got to talk to people and figure out a little bit more of the business side of it. And then just started networking, meeting people. We started going to local RIA groups. And then we, got our first couple of deals, got our feet wet, met a local realtor that kind of liked the way we did business and would bring us deals. And that really helped. And as along our journey, we continued to look for ways to improve ourselves. We had all these tactical tools.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And really didn't feel that was everything we needed to know. There just seemed to be a little something missing somewhere. And in our search for that, we came across the NLP courses. That's neuro-linguistic programming. And it's really just about words and how words affect a person all the way back, to their childhood. Things that your child can and can't do, limiting beliefs, negative emotions, things along those lines. And we found in that body of work were some really, really useful, almost tactical ways to understand communication, understand people better. And when we started using those tools in our real estate business, we found just success exploding. It was so much easier to get along with people, so much easier to talk to contractors, and so much easier to negotiate deals, that we actually started doing coaching just for real estate professionals around using this body of work for dealing with, the hurdles of real estate, the communication hurdles, the people hurdles. Because like I said, you can be great with the tactical. You can know all the things, have all the tools, all the numbers. But if you're unable to communicate to a private money lender, you're unable to relationship with a realtor, you're unable to get a contractor and a team together, your success is going to be limited. And the ability to communicate and to work with other people is really deep within you. You have the ability. We all can communicate. But how we use that is really where my focus is come to be in my real estate journey right now. Helping others.
Okay. And going back a little bit to your real estate journey before we talk about the relationship part, I guess this kind of ties in. How important was it for you, or what type of change in your business did it have when you built that relationship with the realtor?
Building the relationship with the realtor was sort of the spark we needed. We obviously work with other realtors, not just one. We find deals ourselves in other ways. But just having someone who had the confidence in us to bring us a deal first, to call and say, hey, you need to come look at this. I just found out about it. They're going to list it with me. I want you to look at it first. Was just a confidence boost. And it was also, obviously it was a boost to our business to get these deals first. And you for sure. Can't get any better than the first crack at a new deal. So we found that extremely helpful.
Why do you think so many realtors are afraid or don't go and build a relationship with investors, and then vice versa? Why do you think that, there's that barrier between having those types of relationships, which obviously can inevitably help everybody?
Well, I think part of it is an understanding and a communication. Most likely they have not worked with an investor. They've only heard negative things about investors, which there's a lot floating out there, unfortunately. And no one's taken time to sit down and interview them. We've interviewed several realtors where they may not have ever worked with an investor before. We're like, hey, we're looking for some realtors. Would you be interested in having a cup of coffee and learning more about working with us as investors? And then really applying some of the techniques we have with being sure that we're communicating with them in their communication style. It really helps break down some of those barriers and open up their mind to something they may not have considered. And it works best one-on-one. There's just no way of getting around the fact that people like to talk face-to-face with people.
Sure.
I could send out emails, I could send out flyers, I could send out note cards, I could send out postcards. It does not seem to get anywhere near the response of picking up the phone and saying, hi, would you like to have a cup of coffee and talk about this?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah.
And,
It
and we
doesn't
also,
have.
oh,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
we also all promise our realtors that if they bring us a deal to be rehabbed, that they will be the realtor that gets to sell it when it's finished.
Awesome.
So we make
Wow.
sure there's something in every deal we do for everyone that's doing the deal with us.
Reciprocity. I love it. I mean, that's the best way. Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And value of people, making sure they feel valued.
Exactly, 100%. What struggles did you have in your real estate business, or you have? Did you have? You got into doing more coaching on NLP, etc.
One of the main things was the feeling that certain people, no matter how much you spoke to them, no matter how you tried to rephrase something, it was just always painful, always difficult. There were some people that literally, when their phone number comes up on the little screen, you're like, oh my God.
Why is that though? Why do you think?
Well,
Like what?
I actually know now.
Okay.
It is their communication style, their internal representations, what they like to hear first is extremely important. It's almost like a combination lock. When you know their buying strategy and their communication preferences, changing one or two words in a sentence totally changes whether or not they're open to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
It's almost as if using different words, you were speaking a different language. And it also makes them feel heard. Because a lot of communication is feeling. How does that communication make you feel?
Right.
Do you feel valued? Do you feel invited? And the words you use for a person's preference can change whether or not they feel that invite, they feel that connection, or they don't. And it saved us $150,000 right off the bat as soon as we learned it. We learned it.
How so?
We were in the middle of a deal with a realtor who it just seemed we could never quite connect with. It just always seemed to miss the mark somehow. And but they brought us good deals, so we wanted to work with them. So we're in the middle of a deal, and something we couldn't figure it out. Something was just, I don't know, it just seemed off.
Right.
All the numbers were right. All the high level things seemed right. So we went through buying strategies, and we also went through the communication styles. And we realized that this person and my husband and I had completely different, incompatible communication style. So we needed to come back and tell them that this deal, there's just something wrong with this deal. We could not do this deal. It wasn't working for us. And so what we did is we wrote out what we wanted to say in our communication style, using our words. And then we went through with our NLP knowledge, and we just changed like one or two words in every sentence. It didn't change the meaning. It just changed the words we're using to describe things. And then we sort of switched the order as to what we're going to talk about first, second, third. And we're like, well, here we go. This is, we're expecting a really long, painful conversation. So we basically read this to this person after practicing it a few times, so it didn't sound too scripted. And literally they went, oh, I'm so glad. I was thinking the same thing. I'm glad we're on the same page. And we were just like, what? We're never on the same page, let alone a 5-minute conversation to come to a decision where we all agree. So we didn't do the deal because we felt bad and didn't want to tell this person no and all these other things. And we came to an agreement quickly. Time is money. And also help them bring us better deals in the future, because we did convince this person to come to our coaching so that we could teach them what we had learned. And
Awesome.
light bulbs went off all over the place when not only did we understand them.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But in turn, they understood us.
So give me a couple examples of like, what do you mean you just changed the words and it changed the meaning in a sense? Or not, didn't change the meaning, but it changed the approach.
Okay. Something like, I see that this is a great deal. Okay. Would you like to hear about this great deal? If somebody's more visual, C is going to pop.
It's gonna,
If
yeah.
somebody is audio, here they want the hearing words.
So how are you determining whether they, what type of person they are? Are there like certain triggers, certain things you look for? Words said?
There are several things that you can look for. We have a whole list of things that you can go through while you're talking with someone. A little cheat sheet you could have by your phone. If you're doing cold calls, so that you can quickly pick out where this person is wanting to go, and go with them. Because the one thing that some people tend to kind of get wrong when you ask them, I'll ask you, who's responsible for communication? Is it the person who communicating the message or the person hearing the message?
The person communicating the message.
Very few people will say that. Almost everyone will say either both or the person the message is going to.
Yeah, no, yeah, the person, I think that who's communicating it, because you're the one that's communicating it to get a response back.
Yep, and if you don't communicate, if you communicate in your style relentlessly, and that's not their style,
right,
then you're not communicating, and you're not going to get through to them. And it's just amazing how much more respected that person feels, and how much more willing and open. It just breaks down barriers with just a few words, which is
100%. How important has this one? Just tell me that, like the light bulb or the big shift or whatever. How important is this once you learn this into your business? I mean, how much did it elevate it?
Well, it's hard to put a money tag on it, but I do.
Well, I guess maybe not money tag. Maybe not necessarily money, but like, as we started implementing these specific NLP tactics, I mean, we saw our contract acceptance rate go blah, blah, whatever, or, something like that led to a increase or led to a elevation of your.
Well, the time spent in communication has been reduced. We are able to get our messages across to the folks we're dealing with much quicker. And we also have found ourselves invited to do more things and open to do more things. We now lead an REI group with another couple. We spend a lot of time, talking and interacting with people, a lot more comfort in networking.
Okay.
And, just overall, all confidence. There's just a feeling that no matter who I need to speak with, that I will be successful in that conversation. It doesn't mean that they'll agree with me, but it will be a successful conversation. I will feel, and they will feel, that the message has been conveyed, received, and talked about appropriately.
Okay.
And
cool.
being able to do that quickly is invaluable. We spend so much time on the phone and talking to people and contract negotiations and talking with sellers.
Yeah.
And getting to where someone's comfortable with you, getting in that rapport, means a lot.
Especially in the real estate business. So talk to me a little bit about where your business is now, kind of what you're doing, if you're doing more flips, if you're doing more coaching, but talk about your coaching and how you can help people improve this skill in their business and their life.
Okay. Well, our business right now, we are slowly getting out of the rental market and getting into notes because
Okay.
I am a property manager. I love doing property management. I will probably continue to do it for other investors. But as far as for us, we're looking toward notes, something that's going to allow us more time because we really like coaching. And we do coaching
Cool.
in two different tracks. There is the real estate tactical, which I consider the communication styles, the buying strategies, all that, the communication tactical. Real estate tactical. We'll walk properties with people. We'll, help them with spreadsheets, help them with numbers, anything that we've learned through our years in real estate. We are glad to help somebody with that.
Awesome.
And then we do the more unconscious work, the more in you work. So, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, what's really holding you back? What do you value? And I don't mean that in a moral way. I mean, what do you value? Is it ROI? Is it income? Is it time with family? I mean, what is driving you? Because internally, the one thing that we have learned through NLP is that motivation is unconscious, and motivation is based on what you are valuing at the moment, and that your values can be changed in the hierarchy on purpose if you want them to. Consciously want to value it, but unconsciously you don't.
Right.
The great example of that is someone who goes to the gym all the time. There are people who go to the gym. They look like bodybuilders. They're gorgeous. They love it. They're so into it. And then, there's people like me who it takes willpower and that type of thing.
As much energy as you can
Yeah,
muster.
oh, yes. And what that really means is that I don't deep inside me value going to the gym, working out and doing that, where the other folks do. So if I can get my unconscious and my conscious together, which I just haven't taken the time to do because I don't value it, and make that a value, I would be highly motivated to go. Because willpower will get you so far. But it is painful because your conscious and unconscious are fighting each other.
Yeah.
And
100%.
your energy comes from your unconscious. And if you don't have it in the right place, it's not going to work out for very long. So being able to unconsciously and consciously bring your motivation into the same space, it feels so good. And you don't have to work on that motivation. You no longer need willpower. It's just part of who you are. So that's the other side of coaching we do with the unconscious, is really helping people work on themselves. I like to say that we help people invest in themselves in a way that encourages other people to invest in them.
That's awesome. That's
When you're happy, you're positive, you kind of got it together and they can't tell why. It's your conscious and unconscious working together. You're in that zone. People want to come along with you. They want to invest with you. They want to work with you, particularly if you can communicate in the style that it works best for them. So, we like to help people make investments that will help others invest in them. Look,
That's awesome.
We're real estate investors. We want people to invest in us.
Right. It's all invest in something. What just kind of basic advice would you give anybody? I mean, just to maybe refocus their thoughts, maybe have a different mindset, maybe, just some way they can help themselves be better at relationships, talking to people.
Always be present when you're talking to someone. I mean, particularly in networking, it's difficult because you want to go say hi to everybody. You want to tell them about yourself and get your message out. But the best way to do that is to genuinely ask someone, listen and be concerned about what their message is.
Yep.
Even when they say, so what do you do? Instead of immediately going on about what you do, you may say, well, we'll get to that. Tell me about you. What do you do? And most people, that just they lights them up that you were more interested in them than you were talking about yourself.
Yep.
So that would be the number one thing I would say. If you don't want to do any of the work or any of the investment, just remember how important it is to be concerned about the person you're talking to and be genuinely interested and present when you're talking with someone. Even if you don't know the right words or anything, showing interest, people notice.
That's I always try to tell my daughter, be more interested than interesting.
Yes.
Ask more questions. Great talk. This has been awesome. I can learn so much from you. If folks are on here and they want to listen or want to talk to you a little bit more about some of the stuff that they listen to, how will they get in touch with you? What's the best way to contact you?
Couple different channels. I'm on Facebook. My name is unique. So it's Deidre J. Mazzoni, Mazzoni. You're most likely going to find me. My profile has Tahitian flowers on it right now because went to Tahiti last summer and fell in love.
Oh, how cool.
I'm also a travel agent.
Okay.
And another one of my personal passions. Also Anchor Point Properties, POINT, no E, anchorpointproperties.com. There's a section on that website called ProPoint, which is all our coaching. And then you can just give me a call. I'm available 803-979-0747. So there's many ways to reach out. We're out there. I'm also on LinkedIn and all those other things. But
yeah, well, I think you sent me a lot of your contacts and your show information or your contact information, so I'll put that in the show notes. Deidre, thank you so much for coming by and sharing all this information. I love it. This has been a fantastic episode.
Well, thank you.
Guys, I hope you picked up some good things too. I mean, if you didn't, then go back and re-listen to this thing. Deidre, thank you again, guys. I'll see you on the next show. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.